It's time for us to have a conversation on the consumer tech segment. Now, today, we're going to be looking at TV. So, last week, we discussed fridges and, choosing the perfect fridge that suits your space, suits your lifestyle, and so on. Today, we're going to be looking at TVs. Now, you may think that it's simple, but let's take a listen to Philip Kofi Ashon, who's going to help us to get into this conversation. Now, yesterday...
It's absolutely...
before you get into the topic today, yesterday, you and
Yes.
Kojo Sheldon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Kojo Sheldon and
Next
Rick,
level,
Rick
man.
Aqua were,
No, it
were
was-
they are a different breed.
Yeah. No.
And I like the fact that they are so in tune. Like people think about producing content
Yeah.
as just producing content.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of science to it. There's
That
a lot
goes
of
into-
art to it.
Yeah.
And like they were talking about, there's a lot of technology that supports everything that they
Yeah.
do. And one thing he said that I really like was the fact about researching and continuous learning.
Absolutely.
It's a very interesting thing. Seeing someone as animated as that on TV, but then you just
realize
know that there is...
there's actually a
there's
method to the madness.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's definitely a method to it. So, I mean, if you haven't already listened to the conversation on Citi Trends, you can head on to SoundCloud or to any of your podcast platforms. It will be there. Just look out for Citi Trends and you should find it. Yeah. But like you said, last week we talked about fridges. And I had a bit of feedback from some people talking about how some of the pointers were really important for them. And so I just felt that, I mean, it's one thing having a fridge and everything we talked about last week. But one of the things that really keeps the family together, brings the family together, is a television.
Yeah.
And the quality of the television. And it's one thing to just say, I want a TV, but it's another thing to think about a TV that will last beyond 2 years or 3 years, or a TV that is almost future-proof. In selecting a TV today, you are thinking about a number of things. Number one, what sorts of connections can come into the TV? Can I get internet access on the TV? Does it have HDMI input?
Yeah.
Can I get coaxial connections into it?
Okay.
There are so many different... What's the sound quality like? What's the aspect ratio? Does it support 4K?
Yeah.
Does it support ultra high definition? Does it support HDR? Like, there's so many
details
things
in there.
to consider. And I just wanted to highlight some of these really cool features and things that will hopefully give you a better idea of what's available on the market and what sort of decisions you're supposed to be making in terms of which TV to go for.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing I think is for you to consider your budget. Consider your budget, not necessarily in terms of how much money you have today, but then how much money are you willing to spend for a television that would last more than 5 years?
Okay.
Such that whatever new technologies will happen, you are sort of covered in terms of which television to go for.
Yeah.
Someone might say 20,000 CDs is like
It's
a huge
lot of
amount of
money
money. Why should you
to
want to
spend
pay
on a-
that much money for a television? But here's the trick. As compared to changing a television almost every 2 years, when you spend 20,000 CDs, for example, buying a new TV today, which will last you more than 7 years because the technology will not get old, you're pretty okay to go. Of course, if you don't have that level of income or disposable income to make that purchase, it's completely fine. But then if you're considering a television, just like we talked about last week, it will outlast at least the first 5 years. And you need to have a television that has the technology to support all of that. Second thing has to do with the input sources. How many USB slots? Because remember, you are talking about friends coming over, bringing videos or bringing music that they want to play. How are you going to connect that to your TV? Or even at home, maybe you have some pictures, some family photos.
Went for an event, whatever.
You just want to view it at home. How are you going to do that? There are other ways by which, for example, you can screencast from your phone. We'll get to that in a tiny bit. But think about it. How many USB slots are there in the TV? How many HDMI slots are there in the TV? You want to connect, for example, your video game. You want to connect, your laptop. You want to connect all these other devices to your TV. You have to think about how many HDMI connections are available in the TV to allow you to do that easily. There are other connections to consider as well, but currently, in terms of how we carry media around, how we carry pictures and videos and things that we want to display on a TV around, these are some of the best ones. For example, also, if you want to, for example, connect a DSTV, for example, it's most likely going to come through an HDMI. You know, so just think about those sort of options. Now, people, for example, use free-to-air, so you have to look out for whether there's a connection, you know, where you can get that sort of signal coming into the TV. Now, here's the trick. People think about getting a 4K television or an 8K television. We talked about this last week, but last year, but I just want to reiterate the fact once again. It sometimes is not that much a deal. Because the thing is, the signal that is coming into the television must be able to be displayed by the television. So, if the signal that's coming into a television is not high definition, well, you're not going to get high definition on the TV.
No, just because your TV
Just because your TV is 4K doesn't mean that automatically it's going to display 4K. There is a concept called upscaling in a lot of televisions. We'll talk about that also in a bit. But well and truly, if the quality is bad, the output is going to be bad. It's like buying eggs and not frying it and expecting it to taste great when you put the egg in your mouth. It's just not going to work. That's just the same principle. If the signal that is coming into your TV, so for example, when you get, you know, DSTV and these other channels, HD Plus, there is high definition TV signal coming into the television. So therefore, if your TV is enabled to display HD quality content, it will optimize your viewing pleasure of what you're seeing. However, if the signal coming in is not HD and it's 720, there's only so much the upscaling can do. It can't give you your 4K resolution or your HD resolution. We also have to now consider, do you have access to Wi-Fi or internet connectivity, either through a cable or through Wi-Fi? A lot of people are doing a lot of streaming these days, watching content either on Netflix or Hulu or Apple TV or wherever one it is. And so all of these are available today for people to view and enjoy. So now let's get into a bit of the technology, shall we?
Yes, do that.
So we have one of the things called Dolby Vision IQ. We'll be showing the video in just a bit. But basically, you know, sometimes, you remember Game of Thrones?
Yes.
You know those very dark scenes that sometimes you have to push up the brightness of your TV
so you can see what's going
just so
on.
that you can see it. Exactly. That is what Dolby Vision IQ was made for. So it uses the sensors in the TV to read the light in the room and adjusts the pictures automatically for you to be able to see the content that is available. So it's called Dolby Vision IQ. We have, you know, the video. We can watch it a bit. You know, I just want to walk you through it so you can see it. Now, we're going to show you the video. So this basically is a video, you know, showcasing Dolby IQ, Vision IQ. So what happens is it uses the sensors in the TV to read the temperature in the room. And it automatically adjusts the signal quality, the video quality that you're getting, so you can see it as brightly as possible, as it was meant to be seen. There are some scenes that are naturally dark. Yes. But then your TV should be able to adjust itself for you to see it. And I remember those videos in Game of Thrones, those night scenes where you have to, you know, push up the brightness of the TV. This television is able to, or these televisions, or this new technology is able to read, you know, the light sensors, using the light sensors in the TV, is able to read the temperature in the room, the color in the room, and then it's able to adjust the pictures to basically give you good quality. So that's one of the things that, you know, you should be considering. The other thing is called the tap view. Now, you know, sometimes you want to watch something on your phone, on your TV. And so you have to sometimes be, you know, trying to connect to the TV and the connection is not working like these people are doing, and you enter password and the connection has failed. But one thing that Samsung has done, and this is exclusive to Samsung at least with the TV I've been reviewing for quite a bit, is the Q80 TV. All you need to do is literally tap the phone to the TV and the connection is established.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's called Tab View. It's pretty awesome. You just literally tap it and you're good to go. The connection is established. You can do picture-in-picture where you can be watching two different you can be watching your phone in one and then watching a TV show in another. All you need to do is literally just tap. So there's no need for you to be entering long passwords and things like that anymore. Just tap and view and you're good to go. moving on to some new technologies that are really blowing my mind. I mean, obviously, the size of TV is also important because, you know, we like to see nice things on a big screen.
Yeah, we do.
But there's something called ambient mode. So you have a huge TV. You have a 65-inch TV in your home. And when you put it off, you know, like your hall is looking nice, but then there's this black hole. There's this black hole. So we'll come to active noise amplifier in a bit. But sometimes there's something called ambient mode.
Yeah.
So you have a big TV.
Yeah.
And then you put off the TV and there's a black hole in the middle. But the new technology basically allows you to sometimes take a picture, for example, of your wallpaper, and then synchronize it with your TV. And the wallpaper is displayed on your TV, so it's literally a part of your wall.
So your TV may be off.
Your TV, you can put it's
standby
a
mode.
mode. It's like a standby mode.
Yeah.
So you literally see your wall on your
the
TV
screen.
And sometimes you want to display pictures. Sometimes you want to display a number of things.
Wow.
You can literally have your TV act as part of the wall. So that's on one thing.
Interesting.
Now, object tracking. You know, sometimes you are watching something on TV. And actually, let's look at active voice first. Active voice is one of the things I wanted to look at. Now, you know, you have this situation where you're watching a TV show, and like, in my case, Elion will be screaming inside, or Nisi will come, or if the hall is close to the kitchen, like someone is using a blender or something like that. And so you can't really hear, and sometimes you have to adjust the volume like really high. Okay, so that is where active voice amplifier comes in.
Okay.
What happens is, based on the sensors in the TV, it's able to detect extra noises around. Wow. And automatically adapts. So you can see someone is vacuuming or someone is doing whatever. It automatically adjusts itself.
Wow.
So that the
crazy.
Voices that you're hearing are amplified over the noise that is happening around you. So it can be the kids crying, it can be the vacuum that you're using, it can be some neighbors shouting in the back. It can be any number of things. But basically the TV does a survey of sorts of the noises around and then amplifies the voices that you're hearing without you touching the remote or anything like that. You know, and I think, you know, as anybody who is looking forward to enjoying, you know, TV content or TV quality material, this is one of the things that you should be looking out for. It's really, really, really solid. The other thing is called object tracking. You know, so I mean, there are various things happening on the screen at the same time. Sometimes you lose focus on what you're supposed to see and things like that. Now, object tracking is pretty basic. It's like you're tracking like very different things on the screen at the same time, and the TV is able to do that automatically for you, either through either through sound or through picture quality or adjusting various parts of the TV just so that you can get the very best. So as you can see here, there are a number of things happening. There are a number of things, you know, taking your attention.
Yeah.
But then what if all of that could be sort of narrowed down? So there are so many things happening at the same time. But then imagine all of it was narrowed down to the one thing you're looking at.
Wow.
Whereby all other things are sort of relegated to the background.
Okay.
And then you can
focus.
Wow. Like, you know, it seems like a lot of extras. But then these are some of the new technologies, and that's what we're talking about. These are some of the new technologies that are being introduced on a daily basis to make your viewing pleasure incredible. There's obviously the conversation about 4K. Whether should I get a TV that's 4K? Should I get a TV that's 8K? Should I get a TV that's HDR? Like we said earlier, it's all about the signal that's coming in. If you're someone, for example, who has great internet at home, you're streaming content on Netflix or any of these streaming services, and you want to view it in very good quality, then why not get a 4K television such that you can be able to view the content as it was meant to be viewed? When you plug in, you know, with 720p, which is what most people are viewing their TVs on today, you really don't get the quality you're looking for because the signal coming in is not of that quality.
Yeah.
So, really, well and truly, look at how you typically watch TV. Look at the content that you are viewing. Are you streaming? If you're streaming, invest in a good, solid TV that has all these incredible features that we've talked about today. But if it doesn't, you know, you can scale back on how much you're going to spend. Instead of spending like 7,000 CDs, you can easily spend 2,000 CDs on a TV that gives you good quality, that gives you good sound, and there are so many of them available, and you don't necessarily need to stress yourself too much. If you, however, have disposable income enough to get all these things in terms of streaming services and all of that, why not splurge?
Why not? All right. Okay. Thank you very much. We've been speaking with Philip Kopi Ashon, head of production here at Citi TV.